On a dark night, when the moon was hidden behind the clouds, strange events began to happen in a small village settlement. The villagers heard rustling and whispering in the night watch, but no one could understand where they were coming from. One day, one of the local women, named Anna, came home after midnight, and she thought someone was following her. She turned around, but saw no one. Her heart beat faster when she heard a soft whisper coming from a dark corner of the courtyard. From then on, Anna began to hear that whisper every night. It grew louder and more insistent, keeping her awake. Frightened, she decided to talk to the other villagers. It turned out that they were all hearing the same whisper. They decided to investigate and discovered that the sounds were coming from an abandoned hut on the outskirts of the settlement. All the villagers decided to get together and check the area. As they approached the hut, the whispering became louder and louder. They went inside and saw an ancient mirror in a dark corner of the room. It gave off a faint light, and the whispering was coming from there. It turned out that this mirror contained the soul of a sinister creature that was trying to break out into the human world. Under the influence of its sinister presence, the villagers began to experience nightmares and terrible visions. However, through the combined efforts of the villagers, they managed to banish the sinister soul from the mirror. And now they know how to keep their village safe from evil, but the whispers of the night will always remind them that the darkness can hide horrors that are best not disturbed. Once upon a time, in a distant village, there lived an old woman who was known for her strange and eerie magic. She lived in an old house on the edge of the forest, and all the local residents were afraid of her. One day, as night fell on the village, the old woman went into the woods to gather herbs for her potions. But when she didn't return home, people started to worry. They went to look for her, but no one could find any trace of her disappearance. After a few days, strange and horrifying things began to happen in the forest. The villagers heard moans and screams, saw shadows gliding through the trees, and felt a cold touch on their shoulders. One night, when the moon was full, the village was gripped with fear. Ghosts and eerie figures began to emerge from the forest, and all the residents realized that the old woman had returned from the dead to seek revenge on them for her death. Since then, no one dared to venture into the woods after dark, and the old house stood empty and abandoned. Some say that even now, you can hear the moans and screams of the old woman wandering through the forest in search of vengeance.